Hello everybody, SlimKirby here, and welcome back to more of the Mario Party 3 replay. Last time we finished up the rest of Battle Royale mode, and now we're going to be moving on to the Duel mode, a two-player Mario Party experience. So we're not going to have 4 players anymore, we're going to be going down to 2, going to be largely focused on duel minigames, and just a much different gameplay style than what we've seen in this project so far. So you may have actually noticed this cannon back here. I'll explain why this cannon is here in a little bit. I want to go ahead and kind of get things started because this is the first dual map playthrough, so because of that, there's a lot of stuff to go over and a lot of stuff to talk about, so we kind of need to get this thing moving here. So yeah, like I said before, this is only a 2-player adventure, so we don't have to choose 4 characters, we only have to choose 2. Obviously, it'll be me versus a computer AI, and the same characters you have in party mode are also available here in the duel mode as well. Each character actually comes with their own partner. I'll be discussing partners here in a bit, but as far as this game is concerned, we're actually going to be very basic with our choices here. We're going to be Mario and Luigi. I'm going to pick Mario because I was just Luigi in the last board. And I feel like these two have kind of like the best partners to kind of, you know, demonstrate the basic idea of this board. So we're going to go with hard mode for this one. Handicaps, no handicap. Next, we choose the board. There are 6 boards here in the duel mode. So we have Gate Guy, we have Arrowhead, we have Pipe Squeak, we have Blow Hard. Mr. Mover, and Backtrack, which is the secret unlockable board that you get in story mode. So we're going to start up with Gate Guy here. So we're going to be playing Gate Guy. We set the number of turns. Yeah, there's only 2 options here. You have 20 turns or unlimited, where there is a way the game will end if you pick this mode. But still, for the sake of video completion time, and the reason why you saw that cannon on the map screen, we're going to go with 20 turns, because on average, while I'd say the duel boards are shorter than the Battle Royale boards, sometimes, just due to the nature of RNG and just other random Mario Party randomness, the games can go on for a very long time. A frustratingly long amount of time. So just to be on the safe side, we're going to go with 20 turns for this. I think that's what's going to be the best thing for this playthrough. I know that in my first playthrough I did unlimited, or infinite, whatever that mode is, but we're going to go with 20 this time. Of course, all minigames, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started here. So the main goal of duel boards, of the dual map mode, whatever you want to call it, is you want to knock out the other player, or at least you want to attempt to knock out the other player. Both players have their own health meter, and in order to actually do damage to that health meter, you have to enlist the help of partners, which are basically Mario enemies from the Mario series. And you use those partners to attack your opponents. Once you remove all of the health of your opponent, that basically ends the game. Or in the case of the settings I selected, it'll end after 20 turns. So let's go ahead and get this started. The first thing we're going to do is decide the turn order. So instead of dice blocks this time, the Millennium Star is going to turn himself like a coin. If it's heads, we go first. If it's tails, Luigi goes first. Looks like it's going to be Luigi. And I'm going to be going second, so that's the turn order for this board. So we're going to be given our partners here. I'm going to go ahead and put Koopa Troopa in the rear because he's more of a defensive partner. And let's actually take a look at these really quick before we move on. So basically, each partner has a set of 3 attributes. There's attack, which is designated by the fist icon. There's health, which is designated by the heart icon. And there is the salary, which is designated by the negative number next to the coin icon next to the partner. The attack power is basically how much damage you'll do to your opponents when you come into contact with them. Health is how much health that individual partner has, and the salary is how many coins you must pay per turn if you want to keep using that partner. If you have 0 coins, you'll lose your partner and you'll have to gather up some more coins and make it back to start to get a new partner. So as you can see, we basically put our partners in different positions. Luigi put it in front, which is the attacking position, so if he comes across us, he'll be able to attack with that Goomba. And I put my Koopa in the defense position behind me. That means before the partner does damage to me, it'll have to go through the partner that's behind me. If you make it back to start, you will have the ability to enlist another partner, and you can either replace the partner you already have, or you can actually put it in the other position. So you can have an attacker and a defender. Koopa is better as a defender because, again, he has the 2 health, while Goomba is definitely a better attacker because he has 2 attack powers. So that's essentially how the basics of the partner system works. There's a lot of different partners in this game, so we'll be trying to see as many as we can. But obviously, there's a chance we may not be able to, just due to the nature of, again, Mario Party randomness. Next thing we're going to talk about are these spaces. So we have, first of all, these patchwork or patch squares. These are character spaces. If you land on them, it'll actually turn to your character space. And if you land on that space, you get coins. And if your opponent lands on that space, they'll have to pay you coins. Next up, you have the reverse space. If you land on this, you roll a dice block to move backwards. Basically like the reverse mushroom without the mushroom. The Tumble Square is a minigame square. Land on this to play a duel minigame. Their Game Guy spaces have also returned, so if you land on this, you get a Game Guy minigame. There are no 4-player, 2 versus 2, 1 versus 3, battle minigame, or item minigames in duel mode because there's no items, and obviously you only have 2 players, so you really only see the duel minigames and Game Guy minigames. The happening spaces, you land on them, and you get a little roulette wheel where something random will happen. You can get coins, you can lose coins, you can switch places with your opponent, you can switch partner positions, you can return to start, along with the other plethora of different options. And the other space we have is the Powerup Space. You land on this, and your partners will actually, all their stats will increase. They'll double, basically. So if you land on this with Koopa Troopa, instead of 1 attack power, you'll have 2 attack power. Instead of 2 health, you'll have 4 health. And his salary will also be 2 coins as opposed to 1. And obviously, if you get another partner, you could be paying an insane amount of coins to basically fund your partners. And lastly, we have this guy right here. I forget the name of this guy. I want to say it's like Bellhop or something. It has the name Bell in it. I know that for a fact. But if you pass this guy 5 times, he will call you both to the same square, and you'll both play a duel minigame for an obscene amount of coins. Like, literally, it'll be like 30 or 40 coins. It's a lot. So, you can get a lot of coins to this guy if you plan to, plan your movements while around the board. So yeah, that's basically all the basics. Obviously, there's going to be something different about each of these boards. In the case of this board, you have a Gate Guy here. You pay him 5 coins to essentially take a shortcut across the board. You can also use this to kind of outmaneuver your opponent as well. So that's really the only unique thing about this particular board. There's not really anything else to really talk about. Otherwise, you just move in a clockwise fashion around the board. So yeah, here we have Bowser Toss. We've seen this game before. I don't think I actually played it, but it's a pretty hard game. You have to have not only your button presses accurate, but you also have to damn it. He beat me. But you have to have the angle right, you have to have the speed right. It's a hard game to optimize. I think I got very lucky with the current record on there. But like, usually I only get about 40 or 50 yards, so I'm not great at that game, if I'm being honest. But it's honestly really hard. It's really hard to kind of adjust both at the same time, especially if you're trying to button mash. With button mashing, you obviously will always run into that problem of just, you know, obviously focusing on one too many things. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I'll get there, but I don't want to lose my partner immediately, so we're gonna keep following this around. Hopefully we don't land on a Luigi space, which is not what we did. Okay, good. So the hope here is that Luigi rolls like a couple of low rolls here, and I stay kind of behind him for a bit. That way I can get a partner and kind of surprise him. Which I will get a... Actually, I think I just got short of this. Yeah, okay. Well, that's okay. See, if Luigi passes me now, he'll kill Koopa, but then I can just get a new partner the next turn and then attack him from behind, because he has nobody defending him. This is why, in a sense, Koopa is a perfect foil to Goomba, and Goomba is a perfect foil to Koopa. Just because, you know, Koopa is good defensively against Goomba, because Goomba has to take out the entire partner in order to do damage. But, nah, you get it. So yeah, you make it back to start, you get to choose a new partner. We're gonna get Baby Bowser. Interesting. Baby Bowser, on the surface, looks pretty weak. In fact, let's actually go to the partners here so we can take a look at him. Usually he's Baby Bowser, but he can transform into Bowser himself to cause triple damage. So yeah, he only has 1 attack and 1 stamina, which is health, and his salary is also pretty high for those values. But the fact that he can turn into Bowser and just do triple the amount of damage, that's pretty huge. That's a pretty huge amount of damage there. So if this works, then I'm going to have a huge, huge advantage over Luigi right now. But it seems like Baby Bowser has a tendency to miss more than often. So that's kind of the drawback to Baby Bowser, is like, yeah, he can do triple damage, but you actually have to hit with him in order to do that damage. Let's see. I could go over here to get a character space, but my backside's not looking very well defended here, so I'm gonna maybe go around here, get some coins, and who knows, maybe I have another chance to attack him at the end of this. Popgun Pickoff. This is one we've seen, but it's not one I got to play, so that's interesting. So try not to hit Toad. Luigi, you're an idiot. Why'd you hit Toad there? I mean, I think I would have won regardless, but still. Still felt good to get that win there. Especially after I lost the first one. Okay. So I guess one thing I could talk about now is, obviously we talked about the ultimate goal is trying to knock out your opponent. However, we do have a turn limit, so you're probably wondering how the turn limit actually plays into that. So obviously the first condition, as you might expect, is the health. If you knock out your opponent, obviously you win no matter what. But at that point, if that doesn't happen, whoever has the most health remaining wins. However, if you both have the same amount of health, then it goes by whoever has the most coins. So basically it checks and then triple checks, or double checks, or whatever, I don't know. don't know the right way to describe it, but that's essentially how it's how this mode is structured among those different attributes. I'm actually kind of surprised he went down here. This is kind of risky for him. For one, he's powering up his partners, which is going to be a pretty big expense. But if I get the right roll here, Goomba's in front of him, so when I meet him, he'll essentially be, I guess, the defensive partner. So I'll do damage to Goomba, kill him, and also do damage to, like, Luigi himself. So that's why I say that was kind of a questionable move on his behalf. So let's go ahead, get a partner for behind me. I'm not crazy about Bob-omb, but that's okay. Right now, I'm just wanting to do damage to him more than anything. So it's all good. Come on, Bowser Jr., don't fail me now. Come on! You wuss! Yes, I just called Baby Bowser a wuss. Are you gonna sue me for that? He is a wuss. He could have attacked right there. Okay, so that's a little unfortunate, especially if he actually manages to... Okay, he didn't roll that high. If anything, that's actually going to be kind of good for me, because he's going to roll this, which will put him back quite a ways. I'll have another chance to attack him. The only problem is Womp is behind him again. And also, he's going to get coins to fund that. Okay, that actually turned out to be not as great. Let me... Shoot. Stop paying for him! He should be losing all these coins, not gaining more. Okay. Well, shoot. Oh, crap. Wow, they just put him even further. I don't like this. I mean, I still have a chance to get away, but again... I'm only gonna have like one dice block for this, so the outlook is not too grand here. Okay, 10. I'll go with 10. Do I want to go back around, or do I want to... I have 7 moves left, so 3, 4, 5, 6... Okay, that'll go there. If I go 7 this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Ah! I think my biggest problem with these boards is just that they're so small. Like, they're such small boards. So you can't really, like, get away from your opponents that well. And on the flip side, like, with high numbers, you can pretty much go across the entire board. And there's just not a lot of spaces either, so it's just... Yeah, it can be kind of rough. Escape from the Piranha Plant Forest by swinging on the vines. Press A to release the vine. You may be able to skip the vine here and there if you time your swings well. Yeah, this is a new game. Vine with me. This is probably one of my favorite games in Mario Party 3. At least in the dual mode category, anyway. It's very simple. It's very easy. Essentially, what you need to do is you need to press the A button whenever your vines overlap with another vine. Like the directions said, you can also skip vines if you're lucky. And wow, Luigi actually has a... Man, Luigi might actually win. Or not, because comeback of the century. Holy crap, I got really lucky there. I failed a lot of very easy inputs, but man, I really brought it back. Really brought it back there. Not that it really matters too much, because I mean, he's going to get a new partner regardless. He's like right at his base. But still. And also his, yeah, his power-up level will return to normal as well, which is good. Okay, so he's going to replace Womp with Womp. Perfect. perfect. That's really gonna help me here. It's not. But... that's a little unfortunate. And at least I'm getting more character spaces. Well, so is he, apparently. Oh, crap. At least I get more coins, I guess. Okay, last 10 turns. So we're about halfway through. Which, again, like, I mean, these are not going to be terribly long videos, assuming... I mean, they'll be probably about the length of a standard, like, one part of the Battle Royale map, as we've been doing. But, again, with unlimited... And again, I'll tell the story about what happened on my attempt at doing an unlimited infinite tournament. It just got to the point where it was like way too frustrating and I didn't like the commentary anymore, so I just decided not to really bother with it. Okay, well that's actually kind of good for me. Womps in front, not behind. But unfortunately I don't have my partners anymore, so it's kind of a moot point. Can't go that way either. No points to lose, that actually kind of works. Well, he's out of partners now, too. Here's the... well, he'll be right behind me. It depends on what he gets here, I guess. Oh, he's also going to have a... he might get double Goomba here. Yep, you get double Goomba. Okay, so when you get double partners, in most cases, the attack power will just go up. So yeah, there we have, you know, 3 power Goomba, which is honestly pretty good. That's, again, more than half the amount of health, so it's something you gotta be careful of for sure. And that just does nothing, so... but yeah, that's pretty much what happens when you have offensive powers, or 2 of the same offensive partners. If you get, like, double Womp, like, obviously they have no attack powers, so that wouldn't do anything, but, you'll get, like, basically a salary decrease in that case. Okay, so we get to pick a partner here. I almost want to try to get Goomba myself. That works too, actually. Sniffet's a pretty well-rounded partner. His salary is, like, ridiculously high. That's, like, his one drawback. But he has... again, he has 2 power and 2 health, which is pretty good. He also has a special ability where at the beginning of a turn he can sometimes sniff out some extra coins. Which, yeah, I definitely appreciated, but still doesn't 100% help out with his really high salary. If we go this way, we'll make it... see, if I do that, I'll bring him to me and he'll essentially have a free attack at me, so I don't want to do that. Where does this go, though? 1, 2, 3, 4... I'll take my chances with this. I will take that. I will actually take that. Not only is that going to give me a lot of coins, but it'll allow me to put a partner behind me. That's not a great partner to put behind me, but that's actually pretty good because Toad has a special ability where he can cancel out partner spaces, and that's probably a better thing to get from that anyway. And that's actually really good. I might finally do some damage on him. Just barely. Actually, getting the same numbers, landing on the same space as your opponent is actually really good. Because not only will you get to attack them, but you won't move ahead of them, so... We kind of have Luigi on the ropes right now, and it's not looking so good for him, although he could just get a really high roll and change this up. Or that could happen. Oh, okay, he managed to get behind me. No coins to lose. Well, he's gonna lose that partner anyway, so... So at this point, the best thing I can do is try to ride this out. I don't want to go this way because I don't want to give Mario or Luigi a chance to win coins. So I'm playing kind of strategic right now. If the game were to end right now, I would win, basically. That's kind of my thought process. Because I have more health, I have more coins. If I, delay this, I can't lose. Okay, where does this go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't want to hit that game guy space. He doesn't have any more partners, though. So I think I am going to do this. Now, like I said, these minigames, they can be very high-paying minigames. 30 coins. That's doable, I guess. Silly Screws! Another game we haven't seen yet, so perfect. So line the nuts up just right and race towards the goal. You press A to spin counterclockwise, B to spin clockwise. The faster you spin the nut, the more time it'll take to stop, so... That's the goal. This is a very technical minigame where it's kind of all about timing things properly. If you have a good feel for how this minigame works, you can win this, every time. Just by getting a feel for... And obviously Luigi is doing pretty good. And I pull ahead. And there we go. So yeah, it's again, just about getting the feel for it. This is another duel minigame I do actually kind of like, because when you're up against a human player, it can get pretty intense. It's interesting how, the computer AI can be so precise on one minigame, but when you get to that kind of minigame right there, they can't make it work for some reason. So it's interesting how that works out. Okay. Get opponent spaces. That's I mean, at this rate, Luigi's probably not going to get a partner, or at least he won't get a partner soon enough to attack me. As long as I stay the course, I should be fine. Okay, let's get foul play. Let's get foul play and get the last minigame we need to play here. Or we'll get crowd cover. This is a game we've seen before, but I didn't get to play myself. Yep, Z, B, or A, select picture, okay. So you just pick the one, okay. Yeah. That one, it just depended on the mouth, and then depended on the arms. There are some pictures that are kind of hard to tell. I know that Boo can be kind of challenging because... Again, there's just one or two slight differences between all the different possible Boo designs. Toads are usually pretty easy to get though. Okay, let's do this. Let's not do this. Thankfully Toad's here, so don't lose any coins. We have 2 turns left. Luigi's going to need to get 2 big dice rolls, and yeah, I think Luigi can't win at this rate. He's going to need to get like a huge dice roll here, and I do not see that happening. Just for fun, let's get a new partner. Or, you know, not. Not's fine too, I guess. And this is... I think I actually did make it to him. Sweet. So this is what I like about Toad. Toad just attacks with a frickin' hammer. Toad, I didn't know you had it in you, buddy. So Luigi will get a partner, but this is his last move, so he's not going to be able to attack me at all. I also find it kind of funny that like he's going to lose coins to me as well. So this is Mr. Chili. Mr. Chili is actually a pretty good defensive partner. That's exactly why Luigi's going to put him in the back. Again, not that it matters. He also just lost all of his coins anyway. But yeah, this is the last turn. It's over after this. It's game over. Attack! What's the next space? Oh, you know what? I don't think we can win. Like, I don't think we can actually get the kill on him here, but... Let's knock him down to 1 HP. It's also highly unlikely, but that we could run into a scenario where we just keep getting reverse spaces back to the very other side, but... Nope, we're gonna end the game there. It's pretty obvious who won this. Gonna be me, just because of, well, it's gonna be me, that's all I gotta say. Not only did I have the health advantage, but I also had the coin advantage. Didn't even take any damage either, so... Looks like I got this. I love how they, like, have to, like, build suspense for this, too. Sorry, Luigi. You lose. The winner is Mario. So yeah, that's basically the duel maps in a nutshell. So all of these will be kind of at a maximum of 30 minutes, I'd say. Some will be really short. Sometimes you just get like all the partners you need from the get-go, and if you knock them down and deplete all of his health immediately, you can have some very quick games of this. But yeah, that's pretty much it. You do get some statistics here, obviously the remaining health, number of health coins held at the end of the game, number of coins collected in minigames, largest held at one given time, character spaces, all the spaces. And yeah, that's basically what this is. No one landed on Game Guy. And yeah, that's pretty much duel mode in a nutshell. I do like this mode. I think it's a very unique addition to Mario Party 3. It was definitely one of the biggest draws of the game when this game first came out. It's one of the things where once I saw it in Nintendo Power, I'm like, wow, this is actually really cool. There's all these different like Mario enemies you can team up with. It's really neat. And it is neat, but again, the boards are just like really, really small. I almost wish that they could have like made bigger boards and actually made it like a 4-player game too. I think that would have been kind of interesting. Obviously, you'd have to take some liberties because, yeah, like even though this game didn't take too long, especially if you go for the like infinite turn option, sometimes you can just have like insane games that take forever. Basically, in the attempt that I recorded that I didn't end up posting, it had gone on for almost 90 minutes, and at the 90-minute mark, I landed on a, or not I, but my the opponent landed on a happening space, and got a restore all health happening event. After it took me like 90 minutes to get him down to like one piece of health left, and it was just a incredibly roundabout path through the board. We kept dodging and missing each other every single time. It was just going on way too long. I was getting really annoyed. I wasn't really happy with the commentary anymore. We also just were not getting the minigames that we hadn't seen yet either, which is weird because there's, you know, not many left to get, and there's not exactly a whole lot of duel games, but it just got really frustrating, and that's why I'm like, you know what? If I do 20 turns, it's going to be like 30 minutes. I think that's going to be a fine enough time, and if it goes on shorter, it goes on shorter, but, yeah, that's why I changed it to 20 minutes, or 20 turns, rather. Because Infinite can just take way too long, so, and you don't need to, once you see a certain amount of a board, you don't really need to see any more. That's kind of my thought process there. But yeah, that was Gay Guy. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow for another dual board map, where we'll be playing Arrowhead. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. Later, folks.